Front center, Karen. How are you?
How are you?
Great.
You harp on players making good decisions. How disappointing is it to have to deal with this type of distraction involving two players with alleged cases against them, right now?
Sure. Well, I would say not disappointing at all. I think that, these are allegations, like you mentioned in your question. It's things that we have to handle, and every day that there's distractions. Some are smaller than others, and I'm confident that we'll focus on the Dolphins, and those two individuals that you mentioned will be able to handle the ongoing legal process.
It's outside the locker room. Mike, do you handle it with it being team discipline as far as you're concerned for these players?
Oh, again, there's ongoing, legal matter, and these again are allegations, and we've made a statement. We've taken the allegations very seriously, and what comes of that, I think then we'll have another discussion. But I don't think we have to, jump to any sort of conclusions right now, and let the process take its toll.
Coach, any concern about the availability of both players?
Christian's away with the illness today, and so I would say that his availability for practice, he won't be out there. But no, I haven't heard anything that would keep either player from the game.
Mike, as a coach and a coaching staff, in light of all of this, how do you keep your players focused on Miami and the matters at hand on the field? How do you do it? A special focus?
No different than we've done every single week. We come in on Wednesday. We try to learn the personnel, talk about the Dolphins that have 5-2 in their last 7 games, have turned the ball over, created 13 turnovers in those 5 wins. A running back that's first in the league in yards per carry and yards after contact and explosive runs, and some young defensive linemen that are really improving and playing well. That was our focus this morning, and trying to prepare for our opponent and put the game plan in, and we'll practice. But that's what we do every single Wednesday and Thursday and Friday.
Do you feel as though the team has a comprehensive understanding of both incidents, or are you still in the process of gathering more information?
Well, we always want to gather more information, but these are, we've been aware of these allegations. This wasn't yesterday and today isn't the first that we've heard about them, and try to do everything in accordance with the league policy, and making sure that the league, that we're in compliance with the league.
Mike, I thought the team statement said that you guys were aware in August about the Barmore allegations. Is that not true?
Again, I'm not really sure of the timeline. There's been, when we've been able to, find out what the information was. These are things that, like I said, these aren't a surprise that today and yesterday this came out.
When were you made aware of
The team has dealt.
When they, were able to, make us aware from the court filings and some things like that. So those are all things, again, handled with the respect to the court and the process and the ongoing. So, we just have to be, and again, I want to be respectful of what you guys have to do. But we also have to be respectful of what our players are trying to do and what we're trying to do as a coaching staff. We started this thing in Miami. Didn't do a very good job against Oakland or Vegas, and we were able to start it against Miami. We're hoping to do everything that we can to finish the regular season really strong against Miami.
Are you afraid that these will become distractions?
Afraid? No, not afraid. I'm 50 years old and going to be 51. I'm not afraid. I love coaching this football team, and I love the way that they come to work. I love the youth. I love the veterans. I love the leadership, and I really have appreciated everyone's growth throughout this entire process. I think that's the thing that I really enjoy, is just You know, guys like Travion and Kyle being excited and Will being excited about coming back, and then our quarterback and the way, you know, Drake has grown, and but our veteran leadership from Steph and Morgan and Garrett on offense, and you know the consistency that Big Mike's had, and Hunter. We talked about his consistency. That's what I want the best for these guys on the field and off the field.
Like in the team statement that was released yesterday about Diggs in relation to the Diggs situation, it says we support Stephon. What does that mean?
That everybody that we care about and that we have been close to for a while, that we support, and we do. And we understand that there's allegations, but we also want to support each and every player and each and every coach and each and every, you know, staff member.
Like you relied a lot on rookies this year, young players. Do you talk to your captains to be able to talk to the team in order to try to, you know, keep this on the back burner? Do you address the team personally?
No, yes, I talk to the team. I talk to the team about, you know, making sure that we speak for ourselves. And if Steph and Christian have something to say, I support that. But we're also going to, you know, I think speak for ourselves and make sure that, you know, they are focused on what they have to do and the improvements that they have to make. The focus this week is improve through practice and try to finish what we started.
Mike, in the police report attached to the charge against Christian, his accuser describes being thrown to the ground in front of their child and then calling a car service that the team provides, taking her to Delaware. Then she provides photos of bruises after being thrown to the ground to police. Those photos were added to the report. In the statement, you said you guys were aware at the time of the incident in August. Since then, what has made you comfortable to continue putting Christian out at practice and in games?
Well, again, just allegations, and we want to make sure that the court, you know, that those ongoing court proceedings, and once those are satisfied, then, you know, we'll come to whatever conclusion and whatever decision that we have to make. And we'll also stay committed to our preparation here with Miami and, you know, making sure that everybody's ready to go whoever plays on Sunday.
Historically, the team with
The NFL hasn't told me anything, so I don't want to waste your time on that. I haven't had a call with the NFL.
Coach, historically, the team has dealt with outside noise in the past. What's sort of your message to the team around times like this one?
Improve through practice and finish what we started, and speak for yourself. And again, so that's what we've talked about. That was my message, and we'll continue to do that. Can't worry about playoff scenarios and a lot of what ifs. We're going to focus on, you know, trying to make sure that we're as prepared for a team that we haven't played. They're a lot different, and I think that we're a lot different than what the two teams that played in September were.
Do you anticipate the starters playing this week?
Of course, anybody that's healthy. I mean, we're gonna do everything we can to win the football game. But if they're, come on.
Mike, is the clock going to start for Will Campbell today?
Yes, Will, Alex Austin will be out there. See how he looks and see where Milt is from last week.
Mike, how much do you take into account individual achievements in this final game, whether it's hitting certain incentives for individual players or an award maybe being at stake like MVP?
If it's anything that can help the team win, I'm all in favor of. We've talked about this maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago about, you know, chasing wins and not plays. And so that I want those to all align. And I can always appreciate, you know, production. I get it, whether that's tackles, playtime, sacks, catches, touchdowns. But really what I'm focused on is wins, and I have to try to balance that, you know, between individual players and then units and then a team.
Mike, in the statement released about Stephon Diggs, it was mentioned that, you know, he has categorically denied those allegations to the team. No such mention was in the statement regarding Christian. Has he denied the incident as described in the police report?
Yeah, I'm not going to focus on any of the conversations that, you know, we've had with the players or I've had with the players, and so I'm going to let the ongoing court process take its course, and I'm going to focus on the Dolphins and focus on coaching this football team and the guys that are healthy enough to be out there.
Like back to the ride in Delaware, does the team routinely offer car service to players, loved ones, family members, wives or girlfriends?
Yeah, I don't know that is the case. I'm not, I just since 2001 probably had the same company when I go to the airport take me, whether I was a player or a coach here. So I don't know. I can't comment on that. Apologize.
Mike, the last question again. About 25 to 30 guys came back from a year ago on the roster, and maybe 5 or 6 of them were signed to contracts. I more want to talk about Jalen Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
The decision to bring him back, it was in March, so you didn't. It's not like you. I don't know how well you got to know him over the first few months, but can you talk about the decision to bring him back? And then
Yep. I would say that through Jeremy Springer and Tom Quinn's efforts to explain to me their group of core guys, he kept coming up. He had to play defense, but he was on every single special team, was the wing. I think they described him as a selfless player who would do anything that he could to help the football team and was playing a lot of defense. Seemed like a veteran guy that we would want to have around. And then in the conversations that we had with me and Elliot and Ryan and Stretch, it was, excited to be able to bring him back. He's earned everything that he has now with the production, the play time. Keeps working. It means a lot to him. He's a fun guy to coach, and I'm happy that he's having success. So appreciate the time here, guys, and we'll see you here in a couple days.
Thanks, mate.